First and foremost, all praise and glories unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Harachach Vadash. Double honor to our apostles, the bishops, the elders of the great millstone. Greetings, salutations, blessings, and much love unto you elect. Hey, Brush Shaquat with a quick video. Just want to go into this MOTB. This tech is still popping, man. We're getting closer and closer and closer. All right, and this is how they're pushing it. This is how the technology where it's at. All right, and this is just one of a couple videos, but I'll start with the matter of fact, I'll start with this video, then I'll read the scripture, then there's another video. So bear with me. Fair use, fair use, fair use. This is not for monetary gain, for educational purposes only. Let me throw the fair use up real quick. Bear with me. All right, there's the fair use disclaimer. All right. So this is not for monetary gain or value, simply for educational purposes, you know, of criticizing and teaching and so on and so forth. So without further ado, fair use.
Scientists developed a brain-computer interface so small that it could be placed between hair follicles, making it much less bulky than earlier devices. Created by engineers at the Georgia Institute of Technology and collaborators in South Korea, the new sensor uses a cross-shaped resin with tiny spikes that lightly pierce the scalp to pick up brain signals. These signals are carried by a flexible wire through the hair to a microprocessor, which sends the information wirelessly to other devices. The system was tested by controlling a computer phone application and by sending signals to glasses connected to a smartphone. Tests showed the device was about 96.4% accurate and stayed in place for up to 12 hours. It was also designed for mass production, raising hopes that it could someday be widely available for millions of disabled users who...
And you see how they're getting this technology ready, and they're putting in it the disabled users, they're putting all the different uses of it, okay? But then we know Elon Musk also has a device that he's already implanting inside people, which I'll show a guy got that later. But yeah, this is where we're at, okay? This is where we're at, okay, as far as prophecy goes. I won't read it quite yet. I'll finish the video, read it, and then bring up the other video. But just so you understand, this is the technology. This is the future of what we read about years ago. This is real. This is going on in these times, all right?
Better ways to control devices through thought. The small size and wireless design of this brain-computer interface could open up...
And you see what they said, control devices through thought. And they say it in that one direction where the people's brains can now control the devices through their thoughts. But they don't tell you that the devices can begin to control your thoughts through your brain. Okay? Because they're hooked up to your brain. They make it seem like it's only from person to device, but we all understand that AI is greater than that, and it'll become a moment where it can control the other way, because this is part of what they're doing. This is the image that they're setting up, and they're selling it a certain way. Okay, well, that image of the beast we're going to read about in Revelation the 13th chapter is this way of life, this technologically technocracy, if you will, based life, basically rule of through technology, okay, that they're setting up. And we're looking at the technology of the modern time. All right, I'll back it up one split.
This brain-computer interface could open up many future applications beyond helping disabled users control phones or computers, because it can be placed easily between hair follicles without surgery and stay in place for long periods. It could be used for continuous brain monitoring in hospitals, early detection of neurological disorders, or even everyday tasks like controlling smart home devices. Its lightweight structure and potential for mass production also mean it could one day be adapted for virtual reality, gaming, or wearable health technologies, making brainwave communication a normal part of daily life.
You see? Okay, this is what they're talking about. Now, Revelation the 13th chapter says, I'll start the 15th verse, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. And how do you give life unto the image of the beast? Through the technology. Okay, what's the image of the beast? Well, what's the beast? The beast is this EU NATO system that they're creating in the Western world. And what are they doing with it? They're creating a way of life. That's the image, the way of life that the people of the West, and then they eventually want the whole world through the NWO to have this way of life where they have to live with the technology. They have to live with the devices. Meaning once they implant something in you, whether a device like this, or this one's still on top of the skin, but when they implant the device in you, whether in your hand or in your body somewhere, your head somewhere, okay, now they have control of your whereabouts, but they'll make it sound like there's other good, things that's going on with it as well. Okay, but I have the ability to do this, and I can, cool my home because my body temperature is raising, so my thermostat already understands to drop the temperature in the house. And that's what we bring up, and I particularly bring up Black Mirror a lot, because they're showing you the image of the beast in that show. Okay, they're selling it, if you will, to where you can make a phone call through your mind, and it's like you're just talking to your loved one through the phone call or whatever, and then that's it. You don't have to actually pick up a phone and hold it in your hand. You can continue doing whatever you want with your hands, but in your mind, the phone call's already happening. Okay, or you might actually be talking out loud to somebody that's not there. Okay, the technology of this is real. It can really is being accomplished. It's already being accomplished to move the world toward these things. And this is what the scriptures are talking about. Okay, it says that the image of the beast should both speak, and this is it speaking, coming to life. Okay, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. If you're not in this system, you'll be killed. And how? Watch, it's going to say, and he calleth all, both small and rich, great, and he calleth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that hath the mark. So if you don't have this, you can't buy or sell. When you really meditate on buying and selling, that's every transaction that you need to conduct business with the world for your life and your livelihood. Okay? Where are you going to get food from? Don't let someone gave away their food, their chip, realize you didn't eat all the food on your plate. You were just interacting with this other person, All these things will be possible through this thing. That's the whole point. And when you think about the omnipotent power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahshua, the Most High God, that's the type of power that they're trying to replicate through technology. Okay, where they can know your thoughts with pre-crime. Okay, they can, and to stop potential crimes. Okay, and that movie argued that. Okay. Argued motive, argued intent, okay? But this is what they're trying to do. So if you have the tendency to be a criminal or to rebel or revolt, they can lock you up or even execute you. If you don't participate in the system, you're ostracized from the system, and now you'll starve yourself. You'll starve to death. You won't be able to live. I mean, this is a ridiculous system, but this is where the world is going, technology-wise. And a lot of people with the dry run, if you will, with the 19, a lot of you failed. A lot of people in the world failed that, didn't see it for what it was, overhyped it and treated it underwhelmingly. Okay, well, when the go time is real, when this becomes mandatory and certain people are outlaws for not taking it, and preaching a certain word against it is now being outlawed, and then you're going to understand that there were prophets out there that warned you of these things, okay? It continues to say, save he that hath the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. And that goes into the barcode in there, all right? And the numerology that goes all with that, and even in the next verse. But that's the point. All right, so let me grab this other video.
My name, it's not too important. What I'm about to tell you, it's extremely important. I'm one of the first people to get a Neurolink implant in my skull. If you guys can see and don't really know what a Neurolink is, it's kind of like an electronic chip from Elon Musk embedded in your skull. A Fitbit.
Okay. An electronic chip. And this is what this describes. When you go into the Greek of these words, mark. Okay, starts with charagma, which is a stake or palisade. Then it goes into charax. That's something that you put into because that stake that you impale into somebody. The next thing is what's implanted into you. Okay, with the charax, something implanted into you. And then the third level of the root word is grapho, which is the information that's written on what's in there. Okay, what's written on that implant that's put in you like that is all your information to participate in society, to be a part of the image, to unlock doors, to know your social credit score and your credit history, your blood type, your banking and health information. Okay, your work information. All right, that's what all this is for. Okay.
Kept track of vital signs, stuff that was going on in my body. Eventually, it's gotten to a point where I can move a mouse without even touching a computer. I can connect, I can download, I can transfer information. I'm not the only person that has one of these now, and how we can communicate. This is what's going to happen for the rest of the world. Eventually, this technology will be, maybe not in you, your kids, your grandkids. This is what's coming next. Welcome to the year 2025. Have fun.
All right. And so that showed you it right there. Okay, I showed you it right there. This is how this is going. This is how this works. All right. And it sounds off, it's just a Fitbit and it does this and it does that. But let me get one more precept and brought this one out a little bit. Okay, Isaiah 36, verse 6. It says, Lo, thou trustest in the staff on this broken reed, on Egypt. You trust in this place and hold on to this place like it's got something good for you. Like when you trust in it, you lean on it. It said, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. Okay, read that again. Loud car. It says, whereon if a man lean, it will go in his hand and pierce it. So this will pierce you and end up hurting you. And we know the double meaning of the pierce with the charax. Okay, and the charagma. Okay, this sounds like what you need to be stable, something to hold you up in a world that's crumbling. Okay, with this information, you take this and now you can participate in society. You'll be able to move mouses and help and keep track your fitness and all these other things, and have all your banking and health information and your job and the keys to your house and all of this to get in your digital house that don't even have doors no more. You'll set the temperature in the house and you'll be able to walk up to the door, wave your hand or whatever, and it'll unlock the front door. Okay, you'll pull up in the car and you'll think a thought to open the garage and it'll just open. Okay, this is what they're selling. Well, if you trust in this, it's gonna pierce you and be a bad situation and make it and be worse, because there's the judgment of the lake of fire that comes after this. Okay, so is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him. If you continue trusting, that's why the scripture said in Micah 2, to arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. It will pollute you, even with a sore destruction. Okay, if you stay holding on to this place, and then also in 1 John, okay, the 2nd chapter, it mentions it as well, that if you love your life, the image. Let me get that one. Bear with me. It should be quick. 1 John chapter 2, around 15. It says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. Because the love of the world is going to connect you to this MOTB. You're going to want to keep the things that are of the world, of the flesh, of carnality. You're going to want to keep those things. And so the Lord can't use you. He can't deal with you. He can't preserve you. Because you have to be spiritually minded and not carnally minded. Okay? It says, for all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, all those things will be embodied into that image of the beast and keep you connected through the image of the beast, which through the charagma, okay? The MOTB, all right? And is not of the Father, but is of the world. And the world passeth away, and all these things will pass away. And I'll get that last one in Revelation, the 14th chapter. and the lust thereof, and he that doeth the will of the Most High, but he that doeth the will of the Most High abideth forever. That stays spiritual. Trust upon Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. We're still going to have all the things that we need provided for: health, safety, food, drink. Okay? Yeah, it'll be in a midst of peril, because your faith will be tested that you'll trust in the Heavenly Father. Okay? But otherwise, that, if you connect to this, it's a wrap. All right? Let me get that last one, Revelation 14. Because once you take this thing, hey, man, you get to partake in this lake. All right? So we see here, Revelation 14, talking about Babylon the Great is fallen. Well, how's it going to fall? With thermonuclear destruction in World War III. And we see all the players and the chess pieces moving into position for World War III. Okay? Verse 9, here's the point. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, right? This guy received it in his forehead. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And indignation is righteous anger. So what's in that cup? Destruction is in that cup. Okay? Pure destruction without mixture. It's not watered down. Okay, to say it plain to you. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Okay, so you're going to get the missile treatment, the Sodom and Gomorrah treatment. Okay, fire and brimstone. But this one's happening with thermonuclear missiles. Okay, from Isaiah, the 54th chapter. Okay, and this is what happens. You're going to catch that wrath of the fire. Just go see Terminator 2 or Terminator 1 even, where they show the fire burning up the people of the destruction coming. Okay, to give you a visual image. Watch some of these other nuke bombs go off and see what happened. Go look up Japan in World War II and see what happened with those nukes. Okay, with those bombs. All right, these are nukes, so they're even more powerful. So this is what it is, man. This is the tech that's out. Just want to update that, and Lord willing, this was edifying, giving all praise and glory to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua, B'Hashem Rachach V'dash. To the next one, Shalom.